Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first, just updating Wiggles, and this is the rack that I'm faced with. I have Fusey for 42, not seeing anything better. That's a nice pickup. Four tail, no good. Aero lift, no good. Aero light is good though. For 77. That's been taken, unfortunately. Relation Tailoron Oriental is now available. I think I'll go with Tailoron for 62. Unless there's something with the F that I'm overlooking. Not seeing it. Okay, duplicate S and the G. I have, is godness a thing? Holiness is, but I don't know about godness. Sounds a bit clumsy if you ask me. Goodness maybe, but not godness. Just looking at this A and I and possibly the E, those are the most likely to assist the rack. I have the nose component of a word. Dog nose? No. I have the ing ending. Not seeing anything with the remaining 5 tiles. Okay, Tipuna. I now have an A to work with. Sondages. Oh, sondage is good, but it just, I don't know if it takes an S, but irrespective, it doesn't fit anyway. So, does sondage have an anagram? I think it might actually. Well, let's give godness a go. I don't hold much hope. No, didn't think so. We've got the G, so what about just dogs? It's not terrible. Tipuna probably takes an S. Dogs. Gods. Engodes. Yeah, I think I'll go with gods for 31. I draw the J and the K. I have jokes and Oh, I was going to say I have jokes and czars, but look at that, a 62-point play. I have Jean here for 43. That's not bad. What else? Where are the hot spots for the J? Ked is good for future reference. Doesn't look like I can do much there. Now this triple word square looks like it's in range. Just looking at jokes here. No, 39 gives back too much. I think I will go with Jean. For 43. Kimonos, not quite. Does look like there's some kind of Japanese sounding word here. I have the miss prefix, but I don't think that's going to yield any great plays. Now I do have the KED and KN, so I'm looking at KN plays. Okay, opponents played Trafe there. Wow, I just can't seem to get the KN to play further. I need a T. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been a great score. Anyway. Came is good for 31. Just looking at K, I don't think I have a 5-letter play ending in K. No, that's too optimistic. Okay, I think I will go with came for 31. Storing and sorting and tourings through the U, so I should be bingoing this turn. Storking, don't know if that's good. Trokings, stroking, tourings, adman. Takes an E and an M and a P. No, not seeing possibilities there. Rousting, yeah, there's a few through the U there. Opponent taking some time with this move. Okay, he's played the V there. Stroving, I don't think is good. Wonder if I play Turing's here. It doesn't give much back to opponent. Or Stowering. No, Turing's. Stowring's no good. Turing's is fine. I draw the H, so that's handy. I don't think I have a 5-letter play beginning with a H. Kibler through an L. Bars 43. That's pretty big. Okay, opponent scores well there with brownest for 71. I've got bar. That looks alright for 53. Bar is no good. Why did I think bar was good? Well, I suppose I have R for 40. There aren't any great Q spots. What have I got? QI and BI. I've got bigs here. Or Gibbs is scores. No. Bigs is fine. 37's a big score. I don't want to be stuck with the Q or have it drag the rack back. So maybe just dispatch of the Q on the next turn. QI for 30. Not a great rack leave at all. Okay, he's taken my spot. I'll go with bigs here for 37. Co-equated through a few floaters. That's not going to happen. Opponent provides an L. Liquidate. Not quite. What to do with this Q? Cat, I guess I could get rid of it and just move on. Yeah, I think I'll play cat here for 12. Geodetic, no. Now I have the IC ending. Dietetic is good. Dietetic through a T or an E. Through a T or an E. Dietetic. That's not going to happen. Unless opponent plays something down here from the A or the S. But is there a bingo here? That's looking at the L, and I'm not seeing anything incited. That looks alright. Is there anything from the L onto this triple word? Okay, I'm not seeing it. I'll go with incited from the S. I don't think opponent... at least this gets doubled. The other placement doesn't get doubled. And I don't think opponent's gonna score a 9-timer against me. He might. I draw the W and the Y. So what about not seeing great options, but Oi here for 36. Any other hotspots for the Y? Refunder. Nice. Opponent draws level with a 9-timer. Okay, so maybe it was a bit foolish to play there. I should still be able to outrun opponent, I'd say. Woot 36. He's not going to go out, even if he can. Oh, he can rely. R-E-L-I-E. I think might be good. What about way? Yeah, this looks alright for 34. I want to get rid of both the W and the Y, and I can't seem to do it down here. Disky is no good with a Y, I think just with an I. Way plays above there, but not for 34. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Way for 34. And then opponent will go out with rely. If he doesn't, I guess I have out. Okay, elite. So 448 to opponent, 466 to me. Thank my opponent for the game. Let's see what we missed. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I can still outrun a 9-timer, but I only just managed to outrun it, so maybe the safer thing would have been to play the bingo underneath rather than creating the triple. Anyway, opening move Fuzi seems fine. Opponent had Padma for 37. And he went with Adman. Then Floatier, of course, from the F, but that did leave an R hanging in the trip lane. So Taylor on. Wow, it's an extra 12 points, so I'd say it probably is justified to take the extra points. Anyway, glad to have spotted a bingo. No bingo for opponent here. He had Dup for 32. He went with Tipuna. Then Gods was best for 31. And Redux for 66. Look at that. Opponent still scored well with Ducks. And then I had Gene for 43. Keeping the S. Otherwise, Gene's... Nah, happy with Gene. Definitely keep the S. And then Twire for 29. That's not a bad score. 11A. Opponent went with Trafe. Umiak. Okay, from the O, when I was saying to myself, I wondered if there was a 6-letter play, and there was Umiak, which can be spelled Umiak as well. I went with Came for 31, so a fair bit off the pace. That was a miss. And then Vine for 38, opponent had here. 12A, he went with Vi. And then Snorting for 82 through the N. Of course, I didn't even contemplate the N here. It's just looking at floaters as in ones which, yeah, that's another miss. Tourings for 61. Mind you, Snorting leaves an I right here, and then opponent would have had a, yeah, but anyway, it's much of a muchness. Brownest, and then R for 40 was best, and Loaf for 38. Where was Loaf? 12A. Okay, down there making diff. Opponent went with over. Taking my QI spot, I went with Biggs, which scored nicely, 37. Then opponent had Faye for 44. That's nice at 13B. Faye making dish. And Trank for 25 through the R and the N. Where was that? There. Trank getting the Q tripled. Cat seemed decent as well, but Trank definitely a better play. Opponent had 5 for 21. Floren for 30. He went with Chop, and then Identic. That's one I maybe should have spotted at 14E. Look at that, Identic, which would have restricted plays underneath. And look at the difference in score. 81 as opposed to 73. Extra 8 points. So, and mine was inferior from a strategic point of view as well, because it offered an easy scoring spot onto the trip, and worst case scenario, I was hit with a 9-timer, which drew opponent level, actually put him slightly ahead. And then Way for 34, but look at this, Yow for 42 at 14F. Of course, Yow. That's the kind of play you're looking for in the end game when you just want to maximize the buffer. But either way, opponent wasn't going to bridge the gap with 4 1-point tiles unless he had an amazing parallel play somewhere for 36. And then opponent went out with Elite. Rely was 10. But not enough. So that was the end of the game. A few misses there. A few bingos as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bingos. One was a 9-timer. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.